I think this room needed a compactor. Because we ain't moving enough coal. We need more coal. It's a fair guess there, Life. I was checking the fluff leaderboards. Been away for 2 weeks. Was allowed Enrage Cage to supplant me in the top fluff position. Well, Enrage has been working like a demon recently, so she only has it on in work, I think. I just have to work harder, nerd. Who's this as far as I know, fella, you'll keep talking to? I don't see him or her in chat. Shit. Or you all suddenly call me an idiot. As far as I know, is here! Shit. Right. So, how are we doing over here? A couple more bottles. I just want to keep an eye on this so I don't balls this up. Oh, why are you saying overpressure? Why are you saying overpressure? You shouldn't be overpressure. Alex. It needs to be under 2 kilos, doesn't it? Bastard. I thought I'd be able to get away with it. I'm not a god, I take it back. You all called it. Bastard. Let's get rid of all this. I kind of want to get rid of the polluted water that we've got falling down here. And then we can use some of this surface water that we're getting. You know, there's quite a few kilos of water down here and it's temperate, so... See, 1800 grams max. What are you talking about, max? Oh, in front of the vents? Oh, no, it's just less than 2 kilos, I think. I thought we'd be able to just get away with it, but whatever. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's a quick fix. I'll put you back there as well. I say I have done them with a couple of kilos before. We had one. I'm sure this bottom one was actually more. Can't quite see because it's working at the minute, but I'm sure this was more than 2 kilos. Again, it will overpressurize what's in front of the vent into the pool of oil. Ah, you prick. I've now got carbon dioxide in there. Oh, it's trolling the shit out of me. Boop. This little single packet of carbon dioxide is stopping my oil from falling down here. That hurts. That really hurts. See you guys next time off to work. Take it easy, Leppy. Have a good shift, buddy. Hope it's not too much of a ball ache. Much love as ever, bud. And let me know how you get on with your base. Looks like a cool idea you've got going at the minute. Damn it, nerd. You couldn't have just let that one slide. Okay. How much oil is there? Let's just mop this tiny bit of oil, I think. No, we'll leave it for now in case I end up needing like a couple of grams. Because that could potentially do my overpressure bit. 1 kilos left. We'll need one more bottle and then I'll stop looking at this then. Karma for you declaring yourself a god. I know. 40 grams of CO2 just completely undid my godly status. Son of a bitch. 40 grams. What a bastard. You're joking, right? I know, nerd. It's too much for me to assume that I could have just sailed past. Listen, I take the good with the bad. It's just there's always so much more bad than good, you know? Oh, Christ, look at this mess. This is a goddamn mess. Let's get rid of all this crap. All of you. You. Get rid of all this shit. I don't want to see it anymore. Get rid of you. Now this is perfect hypothermia conditions, right? If you're ever trying to make your dupes get hypothermia, this is the way to do it. Alright? Surface water that's incredibly cold. Oh, you bastard. But, wake up. This is the way to do it. Especially have them sleeping in this area. I mean, that is the golden method. this as well at some point. All this. I'm back. I forgot to take off my scarf before showering. Now my scarf is wet. Nail it! What a mistake. That is a schoolboy mistake. You forgot to take off your scarf. So you managed to take off your pants, your shirt, everything else, but you left a fucking scarf on. What the hell?
That's impressive.
That is impressive. I mean, that's beyond crazy. That's impressive, yeah. Right, all this can go. No, you can. We'll leave this tile there, actually. Why not? We'll get rid of you as well. Do I care about putting a little mesh tile floor down or something? Could do something like this. Boop. Nothing to say about assuming it makes an ass out of you, and that's it. Just me. I mean, I took it off once, it was at my neck. Why then? Jesus. Building lacks resources. Farm tile. Oh, we're out of dirt now, that's fine. Let's deconstruct all these now. Had quite enough meal lice for one day. We're going to have a hypothermia outbreak, by the way, so I might need to let them just chill for a couple of... Chill is not the right word. Warm up for a few cycles. Because they're going to get hypothermia just coming up here building this stuff, so... That's fine. We also need more coal, way more coal. Let's just do a few manual sweeps on some of this. Get a few blobs of this. I don't think I've got coal assigned in these. Consumable ore. I know I have. Okay, let's untick all those so we don't get any coal coming down here. It should only go in this compactor here, all being well. That'll be good. Let's turf this out. There we go. Now our little sweeper arm can get some more coal going. Hopefully. Excuse me. Oil. Need to keep an eye on this. Shit! There's always one knobhead that gets their head stuck in a tile. There's always one. That's right. Priorities there, Ashcan. Good man. Do I need to red alert this? No. Turner's a good guy. Apart from when he got hypothermia and completely killed Joshua. Son of a bitch, Turner! Turner, no. Turner, do this. Turner, for fuck's sake. Turner, for fuck's sake, honestly. If you've just killed Joshua, I'm going to be very sad. He's not going to be able to even deconstruct it in time. Fuck! Joshua is dead. Naggy Gurgly, thank you very much for the follow. You've arrived just in time. Fuck! Shut your mouth.
Okay.
Oh!
I was just gonna say, the game hasn't froze, it's just you being like...
The stream is still active, life has frozen.
Yeah.
Fuck!
What did you do?
Stupid Ash... No, not even Ashcan, Joshua. Got his head stuck in a floor.
somehow feel like this is still your fault.
You somehow feel have.
I somehow feel, I said.
You somehow feel. Somehow.
I feel some... Fuck off.
Oh, Joshua. Now your snazzy suit's got all death all over it.
But his hat not protecting me.
No. He's dead. Damn it, Joshua. Oh, you clicked that, did you? Thanks, Max. Arrived in time and death. Yes, that was perfect. Top 10 dramatic anime deaths. Yeah. The only sustainable course of action is to kill Joshua too. His head stuck in a floor. That's a way to die. Yeah. That was a mesh tile. How did he suffocate? Because I don't think there was any gas up here. So, yeah, I don't know. What can you do? Very strange. Right, let's build him a grave and get him in the dirt. Son of a bitch. Okay. Let's go to medicine and build him a grave. Which still always... Still always tickles me up. It's not where it should be. This is not medicine. This is the last form of medicine. A grave. Damn it, Joshua. What the hell? My oil. Oil. No! Bollocks. I just caught it in time. How much is left? 34 kilos. Ooh, this is going to be close. So, 850. Oh, it's so close. Let's try it with that. I can always sweep this little bit manually. 871.2. 871.2. I kind of want just a little bit more. Let's. Here's what we're going to do. Let's sweep this with a 9. Get rid of this bottle, then I'm going to sweep this 343 grams, or mop this 343 grams that we've got, and get that dropped into here. That's the dream. That's pretty close though. I like that. Let's speed this up again. Wait, what was that? Damn it. Nice nerd, I like that quote. You can make fun of Tyler for being a dick, or whoever it was. What do you mean? Joshua. Who is a dick? I don't know. It is emotion medicine for those remaining to help them grieve. I see, nerd. Sorry, I didn't look at it like that. You're quite right. Where is my other oil being swept to? Is it down here? Okay, let's put you on like a 7. So that this other oil can definitely go in here. They've just taken off that other bottle, which is fine. So let's now mop this up. Let's see, how much have we got here? 1 point... Oh, actually, that's not bad at all. 1187. That's actually spot on. So I'm happy with that. Let's mesh tile this up. And then we'll put another vent in here. Okay. Just deconstruct both of these. We're making both out of wolframite. Turnwell was the one who was a dick and let his brother die. I see. The one who got like 90% of the way to removing the tile was like, oops, sorry, I need to take a breath and go pee, hope you don't die. Yeah. It is a little bit annoying that. It would be nice if you could say to a dupe, do this task now. Like, it would be really nice if you could assign them to a specific emergency task. But yeah. Like that dupe could have saved him then, even with hypothermia. There was so little % left on that deconstruct. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? Let's toggle you off and get you deconstructed. And then let's sweep all of you actually. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll get rid of you. We do have a snazzy suit going spare though now, so there is that. Let's see. Rowan, come and put this on. You might want to put it on a hot wash first. Why can't I close all these? There you go, Rowan. Every cloud and all that, you know. Look for the positives. I need to mop up all this stinky water as well. If I can. I think we got rid of all the ice that was up here. We're constantly going to have bits of melted water and ice from up there, but could get these bits swept up, I guess. Why not? We'll get some of this wolframite swept as well, so it's near the base. And if that grave has been built, which it has not, we'll get Joshua in the dirt. What a shame. Didn't need to lose him there, that was bad. We'll get some of these bits of coal sorted up as well. We're probably going to have to do some more digging for coal again, because we're using it as our primary power source. God, I'm struggling speaking today. Jesus. So we'll get some of that swept up as well. And some more dug out. I also want this to be cleared at some point, so we'll get that done. I think I'll dig this out a little bit more as well. Let's get rid of that metal tile. We put this in to demonstrate something. I don't really need it anymore. We'll just dig out a bit of this flooring. Okay. Is there a reason you mesh tile it up? Mesh tile it up? What do you mean? Just watch the clip. Perfect time as always. Someone joins and sees something dive. Yep. Get a stand in for Joshua. I've enabled the printing pod, so in just under 2 cycles we'll get another Duke back in. What does your oxygen production look like? I haven't seen it, this asteroid. This is our oxygen production. So this is our oxygen room, as it were. It'll be toggled off at the minute because the pressure's too high in this room. Once it goes below 4 kilos, I think, these should all toggle on. So the oxygen and hydrogen is produced in here, and then it gets sent through our piping to mechanical filters, which then send the oxygen into this chamber over here, and the hydrogen comes into this piping down below. Which either goes into the nullifier room, if that's the primary, or into this room for the overflow. Although we do seem to be very low on hydrogen at the minute. We've not been keeping up on the coal production, so we've been using more hydrogen than I would have liked. But it is what it is. For now, it's just to keep us going. And then yeah, the oxygen comes into this room, gets cooled by gas that's being pumped in a radiator behind. Again, if I'd have known the changes to igneous rock, I would have changed this to an igneous radiator instead. So we may actually rip this out at some point and redo it. I might do it off stream if I can ever be asked, and just replace this radiator and see what difference it makes. But this basically cools down the room to a closer to manageable temperature, and then pumps it into the base, basically. It fluctuates a little bit depending on how much gas I'm producing, how much is needed. Now then, this is where I need to place my pump. Here. I want to sweep all this crap out. I want to get these built, and then we're going to slam a pump in made of gold right here. Okay, we've got power in place, we've got basic automation in place, which should be fine, and we've got a gas pipe to vacuum the room out, and then this pipe will carry on down here for our natural gas feed later. These pipes are for connecting to our geysers. of which we have 2. So we'll get all that built, and then we can start stockpiling our gas. Then that'll be a nice feeling as well. Even if I've not got this built, I can still be stockpiling a lot of gas when we need it. 100 player caresses your face softly with a beautiful red rose. You go into a violent sneezing fit. Good evening, 100. How are you, mate? Knees are weak. You only need 3 priorities, was it? I need it done. I need it done now. I need it done now to save a life. Yes, exactly. I need it now. I need it nower, and I need it nower. That's what I need.
Hurry.
Hurry. I tried using the lowest priorities in my new game, so like 3 would be standard priority, 6 would be for general operating stuff. After 8 cycles, my dupe's already in that state where if you don't put something at least in priority 8, they'll all take a whole cycle to do it. Cycle 80. That's normally once you start getting to a lot of shit in your base that just needs maintaining. So like early game, I often find that I end up with more dupes looking after toilets and cleaning toilets and supplying algae and stuff like that. But later game, when we get more sweepers in place and more conveyor belts in place, we'll hopefully have we'll be able to get to lower priorities, no problem then. I think I am very lazy with priorities, as regular viewers will attest. I don't care. I only need 3 really. The only reason that backfired then is because of bad dupe decision. So that dupe that actually let Joshua die is a narcoleptic dupe, which didn't even need to sleep through the night, but they decided they needed either food or toilet, and to them that was more important than saving Joshua. That's bad coding to me. Like I don't like that. But arguably, if we had a decision where we could say to a dupe, do this task, that could be fixed. Or maybe if it is red alert, they'll always do things that could save a dupe, because a dupe doesn't know the difference between saving somebody or digging a shit pit. Do you know what I mean? That's the problem. Priority wouldn't have really helped me there. That dupe was always going to leave, so there's nothing I could do about that. It was that far from the base as well. By the time anybody else had got there from the base, he was always going to die. So Hanno stubs off in a huff with his chin in the air in a repugnant manner. What the hell, Hanno? I manage my priorities pretty well. I was able to make it so that if I wanted to do something right now, simply use the default priority. Yeah, we'll get to that late game. I mean, we've done that many times where when we need something, we do a dig and all of our dupes come along. But with the new system, like I've always got 2 idle dupes pretty much, because my farmers don't have much to do, but I want them always doing it. So I don't mind them just doing that. Like realistically now, my farmers are just tending to these mushrooms. I don't want them leaving the base and doing other things. So I think the thing is, you should be able to prioritize biological functions. Yeah, that'd be good. What happened was someone else went to do that deconstruction task, so no one else was going to be able to deconstruct it. No, Nailu, well, yeah, technically somebody else was assigned to it, but they were so far away that they would never be able to get there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, the task was already assigned to somebody on the other side of the map, which again is not ideal. But yeah, it is what it is. Right, this is now set up. This is now starting to just circulate gas, which is fine. Let's make this a vacuum. I think I can access the rest of the gas piping from outside. Should be able to connect to them from out here. So that'll be fine. And this is our little funky belt out. We can also start doing some more of this as well. Let's get rid of you and you. And we'll flatten this out as well. We'll deconstruct these and these. Actually, not this one. We'll just toggle you off for a minute. If above 2 kilos. Ah, shit. I just realised. Don't do deconstruct building. Let's get a replacement in for Joshua. Let's see who we've got. So, I'm already drawn to this one. Let's have a look. Anemic, quick learner, supply and operate. I don't even remember what Joshua was doing. I don't remember what I trained him up in, but we have here somebody that's very strong with an interest in building, research, also can do our art for us as well. Or we have a yokel that's buff, a little bit less strength, but an interest in cooking and building as well. Cooking's probably more used to me than research now. But base attributes do count so much in this game. So we've got construction creativity, learning, digging, strength. I'm tempted to go with Mimar, but I do like that Meep is a narcoleptic, so I'm going to go with Meep.